All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom, we are live with Michael Khieu at King Khieu. How are you, sir?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, man. Just trying to make the most of quarantine these days.
Grinding as much as possible while we have the chance. So yeah, there you go.
I mean, I am like waking up pretty late, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. or so. But I mean, that's part of how it goes, you know. Like, I mean, sometimes you just gotta give it a little bit. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of fun.
That's the same as me. And it's like you try to fix your schedule, and it's like it doesn't work that way. It's like even if you sleep 3 hours before, it's like you still wake up at the same time, and you're like, what the hell?
What happened? What is happening? What is happening? Exactly. Every single time is happening like that, man. Yeah. So since we last spoke, man, you have passed 500,000 followers on TikTok. You are freaking flying, man. Good job. Good for you.
Yeah, thanks, bro. No, it's been a pretty crazy ride up to now. Like you said before, like we're still aiming for that 1 million mark for the verification, for the favoritism. Yeah. But it's pretty exciting, nonetheless. Like,
it's pretty exciting. Hell yeah, man.
The algorithm has been a bit laggy in the last like 3 weeks, I'd say. Like a bunch of feature problems, editing problems. Like we talked about last time with the 0 views in like the first like 2 hours.
Oh god, it's so annoying when that happens. Yeah,
it kills your video, but what are you gonna do? You just have to keep going.
Usually, what I do is like if that happens to me, I make the video private so only I can see it, and then I save it and I re-upload it, and it usually solves the problem for me. It usually makes so like the video is good. However, something I've noticed as well with TikTok, at least like in my videos, is what I'm talking about. It's not as popular. Like it doesn't go as viral as much as it used to. I mean, maybe it's like happening only to me just because like I guess like my videos aren't as good as they used to be. Maybe I don't know what it is, but like nowadays it's like mostly 70 to 80,000 views, even though the watch time is like over 20 seconds long. Which I'm
I believe it.
Yeah, which I'm like really surprised by. I'm like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah, so I think, like I said, I think the server overload, which is the root cause, overloaded server, and drastic competition rise.
Yeah.
It's drastic competition rise, but also one thing that we have to be realistic about is also the server overload. And the thing is, like, since everybody's getting discovered through the For You page, it's like, bro, now even if I have, let's say, an extra 100 million people on the app, but now I'm getting like a massive supply of content that's being pumped out. We're all fighting for the For You page. Like that's the only thing.
The only thing, right?
On IG, like you get discovered through the Explore page where they have like 3 columns or hashtags direct exposure. On TikTok, it's just the For You page. My intuition was that when they released the economy a little bit and people start going back to work and school and other things to do in their life besides posting on TikTok, then we should have an alleviation of the organic reach. So I think. So what I told my, because I'm in a little small group with like a bunch of my buddies. We have like a few, all of us on TikTok, and they were stressing out a little bit. I'm like, yo, this is just a temporary down. Just try to survive through it for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's gonna be back to normal, or gonna be partially back to normal.
You know, like we always complain about. It's like we're complaining. It's like, man, we can't get any bigger. But dude, we got over 500,000 followers, man. And we're like, what are you complaining about, man? Just fucking chill, enjoy it. But also, you want to get as big as possible too, man. You know, so it's like I don't know who to side with here. It's like some of my friends are like, "Man, it's okay. You got so many followers. Just relax." I'm like, "Nah, man. I don't want to relax. You got to keep making new contents."
Exactly. That's the same as me. Like, take it easy. I'm like, bro, I'm tripling down. I don't feel good.
Exactly. You got to, dude. I feel like, especially like now because of the quarantine, TikTok is just getting an absolute boost. Like everyone's getting on it now. Everybody who wasn't on it like a few months ago. Older people are now on TikTok, and a few months later, YouTube is releasing their competitor TikTok, which I'm sure you know about as well. YouTube Shorts is what it's called. They're gonna try to directly rival TikTok with it.
The advantage from what I've seen up to now for Shorts would be, well, first of all, they're backed up by YouTube, which is pretty huge. The advantage would be the licensing with the music.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
That's the advantage. I don't know how they're gonna. First of all, I think at one point when I saw one of the articles, they said they're gonna announce the release of Shorts in December. I'm like, bro, these guys better hurry the fuck up, because TikTok is gaining so much market share. It's massive. Man. If they don't release something like now, holy.
it's a monopoly, man. I mean, there's nothing else like TikTok right now. Like people aren't on YouTube anymore. Like they're on YouTube to watch viral TikToks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what's
like even like Facebook has its own version of a short form video app called Lasso, which they've been testing out for about a year, 2 years now.
Lasso? I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, it's not in Canada. It's only in some places in the States and like places in Asia. They've just tapped, from what I saw, they've tapped into the Geo network. The Geo network is like a huge Indian network with a lot. Basically what it is they've tapped into India.
Oh,
once you get India, you get 100 million, 200 million, 300 million Indians on your platform.
The biggest market. Yeah, there you go.
That should be a big boost or catalyst to get to like the next level. So we'll see what happens with Lasso. But from what I've seen, Lasso is pretty much almost identical to TikTok. Wow. I think anyone that wants to try to compete with TikTok at this point now needs to add some sort of radical shift or radical feature. Like that's like very different, because it's like, that's the thing with these apps. It's like, there's only one Instagram that I want to kind of chill on. I don't want to fucking have like 3 Instagrams to chill, 3 types of Instagram. Just one. Centralize my shit.
I know.
There you go. YouTube, just one.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like nowadays, it's like if you want to become like, if you want to have any kind of digital footprints, right? You want to become the next David Dobrik. You want to become the next Mr. Beast. You want to do any of these things. You got to be on minimum 5 different platforms, and you got to be killing it on all 5 platforms. Like Snap, you got to be Instagram, you got to get TikTok, you got to get YouTube, you got to get Facebook, Snapchats, and I'm forgetting one. I'm forgetting
LinkedIn,
one.
LinkedIn, YouTube.
Yeah, LinkedIn, Twitter. There you go. Yeah.
Even get an email list going on, because the email list you actually control it and own it. Yeah, 100%. Like that's what I always say to people. I'm like, oh, because they kind of like project your success on you. It's like, oh, you have 500K, you're fine now. You have 500K, you're all good now. And it's like, bro, I don't feel good.
Exactly.
I don't feel good until I have some sort of omni-channel network across multiple platforms, because I already had 300,000 on IG. Boom, one shot, the Instagram got deleted.
Really? That happened to you?
One shot,
deletion.
And you could ask for an appeal, write a huge ass text. It doesn't matter. They don't give a shit.
How'd that happen? You got 200,000 followers and it got deleted.
They said I violated a guideline. They didn't tell me which guideline. They're just like, read it again. I'm like, bro, are you guys serious? I freaking 2 years straight. 2 years.
Jesus Christ, man. That is such a pain. Oh my God, man.
There you go. So it's like, once again, it's like, since your TikTok account doesn't belong to you, proprietary, you don't have the license, the paperwork for it, doesn't belong to you. You're at the mercy of the app. If the app decides to change the algorithm or decides to fuck you over because you violate a few guidelines or whatever, you're screwed.
You are screwed. You are so screwed.
You're literally screwed. So like, you need to create the omni-channel, and that's going to be the baseline of safety, in my view.
That is baseline of safety. That's the way you can do it. Yeah, I mean, like if freaking like someone like, for example, if Charlie D'Amelio got her TikTok deleted, she'd go on Instagram, and her Instagram following would like increase by double. Like it would double just because everyone follow her there all of a sudden now. But again, most of us smaller creators, we don't have that luxury like she does.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have to try to get there, but yeah.
We got to get there. slowly. 500,000 at a time, like a million at a time. We'll be at 50 million in no time. We will be there. 50
million soon. All right, it's coming. Yeah, Charlie D'Amelio, she has her IG now. She has her YouTube channel. She's playing the cards right. Let's just say that. She's
absolutely.
Her Instagram is monstrous.
It's what is it like now? 15 million followers, something like that, man. That's
18 million with an engagement rate of 4 million to 5 million likes per post.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
By the way, it's not an optimized post playing into subconscious and psychology and like a marketing post. It's just like a selfie. Oh my God, bro! I'm dead.
God, man, that is just awesome. And like, how can you get that many likes that quickly? It's just like, man, like, here's what I'm seeing, right? The people who are trying to influence her, like people like her, who are big creators, say, go to school, get an education, do this, do that. It's like, why the fuck should she? Like, she has more attention than any of those people ever will, and she can make money with that. And she already is doing it.
Because they're stuck with their unidimensional way of thinking of the traditional route of that's the only way you're going to be successful. And it's like, she's already like 10 times more. it's even funny when I see like people that are like people that like value the mainstream celebrities for the fact that they're mainstream celebrities, and they kind of disrespect someone who came up huge on a certain platform, and I'm like, that is a celebrity. They fucking had to come up.
Yeah,
it's a celebrity, and it's a celebrity because they have more influence than these guys over here that you're so romantic of with Hollywood and like whatever. I'm like, bro, this guy could drive more sales than all of you combined.
Dude, like Charlie D'Amelio probably has more views, like all our videos combined, than Leonardo DiCaprio has views in all of his movies combined. I mean, she probably, I don't know, was it like 1 billion views, something like that. She probably has like more than like billions of views now, or something like that.
Yeah, she has, and her career was what, like not even a year.
Not even a year.
Not even a year.
It is so crazy, man. You know, I've been reading this new book called Outliers. It talks about people who are successful and like what they did to get to where they did, and it talks about the things that we don't see. Because whenever you read like any book from like a billionaire or from like a celebrity or a person who's successful, it says the same thing. I worked my ass off. I didn't quit. I worked until I couldn't work anymore. All that stuff, right? But for example, something I learned recently: the majority of NHL players are born in the months of January to March. The majority of them.
There's like an effect that's called, I forgot the name.
I forgot the name too, but
I think that they're at the specific cutoff of like the age.
Yeah.
To be like the strongest in their wave or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, you see, yeah, and because of that, their body develops quicker than their teammates who are born in October, November. And they have, I mean, it works with hockey, but like not with basketball, because basketball, you can play it anywhere. Like there's like a basketball hoop, a court right there. But in hockey, you got to actually have the equipment. You got to go, you got to have an ice rink. It doesn't work with them. It talks about Bill Gates too, and why Bill Gates found Harvard computing so slow for him. Because when he was in high school, he was living near the University of Washington. And there he was able to, it was in the late 60s, he was able to go into this computer lab that they had, which is like a new thing. Computers are very new at the time. He was able to go in there and compute for 20 to 30 hours minimum every week for over the course of his high school career. So by estimations of experts, they calculate that he had over 10,000 hours spent in that computer lab before he even went to university. Like before he even went to Harvard. So he was already an expert in the field, in the study. And he goes to Harvard, and everyone's on step 1, and he's like, man, this is fucking stupid. I'm out. And he fucking becomes Bill Gates.
Yeah, it's very underrated, the self-learning process. People are too romantic with like the certification from some sort of authority that they deem an authority, and all the self-learning stuff. And
Pizza's here.
I'm gonna check it out. I don't want to cut off the podcast, but
it's all good, man. Take your time.
Oh my god.
Oh, who is it?
Hello?
I work for a company that was wondering if
I'm in the middle of a podcast, so sorry. Maybe come back like a few hours or something.
That is amazing. Oh my goodness.
Bro, I respect the grind. You see that? He comes to my place. It's like, yo, I'm Juan. I'm offering some services for. Anyways.
Good for him, man. Good for him. I mean, never had that happen before. Like, I'm in the middle of a podcast right now, guys. Like, literally, it's like here.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Sorry, bro. Yeah.
It's all good.
What I was saying is like we kind of like demonize all of the work that is done outside of like the mainstream institutions or brands that we believe that are like the primary mechanisms for success. Yeah, I mean it's like when I talk about LeBron James, let's say LeBron James, all we see now is like NBA, whatever, doing super well, but it's like he didn't go straight into the NBA. This guy's grinding his ass off every single day. Same thing for social media. I have some people now that are like, oh, they tell me, I don't even know how it even comes to like their mind because they don't really know who I am. They're like, yo, he was a little bit lucky. And I'm like, bro, I've been in the social media realm for freaking 7 years. And I've been literally posting it's not just 6-7 years of like chilling. It's 6-7 years posting every single day, 3 times, 4 times a day, multiple platforms, while you're freaking jacking off.
And they call you lucky. And they call you lucky because you had a post go viral. Yeah, dude. Well,
yeah,
you know
it's TikTok. It's all luck. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just lucky or early. Yeah, sure, bro.
He's lucky early. It's like, oh man, you know, like I posted 10 videos and one of them got like 1,000 views, and I'm famous now. I'm awesome. Or it's like they post like 10 videos, and it's like, you know what? None of them. It's hard. None of them went viral. I'm gonna quit after 10 videos. I'm like, man, like I think like personally, like my 50th video, like 45, 50. That's when one of my videos actually went viral after posting that many. It takes time for some people.
Yeah, my on this account, my first video that went viral got 800K, and at that point I knew right away what I have to do. But it got 800K on the 10th video. But nobody knows that I had a previous account beforehand, and my previous account, which I practiced for 1 month straight. Right, this account is like November. I started in October actually with a previous account where I just tested a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I just got used to being on camera, getting used to speaking on camera, looking at the camera, not at the screen. I got used to the filters, features, violated guidelines on purpose. So like, there's all of that happening too. And I've been on Instagram forever, but nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I think
I'm like, when I jumped on TikTok, I wasn't starting on social media from ground zero like most of these guys. I started on social media a while back, like long time. I was already an expert in social media, and I already know what. I kind of have to just get used to TikTok as a platform, nativeness of the platform, but I already knew what I was doing beforehand. Like, and that's the same. And that's the same play for me and you when we move on to Lasso, when we move on to Shorts, and let's say Shorts decides to actually manages to blow up and execute properly, we'll be ready already.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, oh, they got successful on Shorts, they were lucky. Well, bro, when you're playing video games, I was on TikTok freaking forever.
It takes a long time. Like nowadays, it's a lot harder. I mean, like back, you and me started TikToking around the same time. I believe actually, I believe you started like a bit earlier than I did. But back then, maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, you could dance on camera and get like 1 million, 2 million views. I haven't seen somebody other than like an already established TikToker make a dance video and become famous. Like in the past, I would say maybe 2-3 months. It just doesn't happen anymore. It's just like that wave is done. It's died.
The standard of competition rose. Okay, so here's when I was on TikTok on that first month or 2 months, I was like, okay, perfect. We're in a good phase right now. Everybody's laughing at the app. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Everybody disrespecting the app. Perfect. Everybody's saying cringe videos, dance videos. Excellent. I was happy because I was like, that's exactly the attitude that I want for me to dominate this app. I was like, okay, we got maybe 6, 7, 8 months ahead of us where we could do a shit ton of damage. We could fucking dominate this game. The thing is that the coronavirus hit, and that competition kind of like drastically, massively like just spiked up.
It spiked up
prematurely 3 months before the expected timeline. I'm like, oh fuck, now I really have to up my game. because what happened is like the coronavirus, all right, everybody stays home. They're all bored. They have nothing else to do. They disrespect TikTok. Now all of a sudden it's like they see all their friends on TikTok. Oh shit, maybe I'll get a TikTok too. So all the guys that are not on TikTok now jump on TikTok. All the guys that are on TikTok that don't take it too seriously are now taking it seriously. So it's like you really have to like.
You gotta be Now it's your time to shine because you know exactly what you're doing. You know how to go. You got an audience.
You know, like for me, like now, like, because I offer consultations for growing on social media, and now, like, one of the things, TikTok, you know, I have a bunch of people that are 1 million followers from 8 months ago, or 100,000 followers from 8 months ago. Now they're crying because they're like, yo, bro, I'm only getting 500 views. I'm like, the app is algorithmic driven. If you don't know what the algorithm is, you're dead. And you were in at a time when it was easy, not to be offensive, but it was easy. Now it's freaking tough. The best guys win.
That's how it always is, right? Yeah.
Now they're all crying. They have 1 million followers, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 view. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Yep.
Yeah, you gotta keep making good content, man. That's what it is. You gotta keep making good content, or your account authority goes down, right? And you go to shit.
it's even more destructive for their self-esteem because they've, especially guys that are just starting out on social and like, say a guy who wins the lottery,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? All of a sudden, 500,000 followers. All right, perfect. 1 million followers. Okay, perfect. They wrap all of their self-esteem around the accounts, and they've made sure everybody knows that they have 500K, 1 million followers on their TikTok, but they haven't developed the mindset of a champion, let's say. And when shit hit the fan, like right now, for a lot of these guys that are getting 2,000 views, 1,000 views, now they're all crying.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, how's your TikTok going? It's going all right. Oh, yeah, I see you're only getting 1,000 views. What's going on? It's the algorithm.
The algorithm. What's the algorithm? It's the algorithm. They pretend like they know what they're talking about, and like they have no idea, just like bullshitting you, trying to keep their face.
It's just the idea that it's so like destructive for the person's self-esteem if they put all of their eggs in like that thing. And it's like,
yeah. I mean, dude, it kind of is because like it's
try
something
to
like
develop. Yeah, go ahead.
It's something like they've been doing for so long, and they feel like you feel like you get entitled to something. Like you feel like you should be entitled to getting big, even though like there is no such thing. It's like, dude, you honestly like it's kind of lucky. I mean, preparation meeting opportunity, right? That we got big. I mean, we prepared, we know what we're doing, and we got it big. But it can go away like that, and like we're scared of that, and we know that, and we hope it doesn't happen, but it can.
It's like I'm used to getting 100,000 followers. I'm the guy who has the ability to get 100,000 followers, but now that ability has basically it's basically been destroyed. I'm only getting 3,000. You know, like it completely destroys you. But it's like I mean, they probably say it in your book, like the outliers. Like the ones who go the furthest are the ones that can remain the grounded for the longest amount of time. As soon as you develop arrogance, you begin to lose. And I see it way too often with a lot of influencers that get success predicated on a visual entity, a visual thing, like a super hot, attractive girl, whatever. They get kind of like high up and whatever, and then the company underprices them, or they can't get a deal, or their account gets deleted, and then everything just crumbles in their life. And it's like, bro.
Yeah, because they
see a guy who's like who wants to do a collab with them or not very successful or whatever, and they kind of look down on people. But then that guy is like, even though on paper it doesn't seem like successful, but he's fucking beast. And then next thing you know is like this guy's like the next billionaire, and it's like, oh bro, can you help me now? You're the one laughing at me before. You know what I mean?
You ever wonder about how Apple's third partner must feel? What's his name? The guy who sold his shares in Apple, like in the 70s.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, what was it?
I made a video on it, actually. I forgot.
I forget too. Yeah, like what is it? Like it would be worth like $10 billion now or something like that. Like his stocks, if he had still had it, if he still held on to it today, but he sold it. Man, it's
he sold it early. Yeah.
Not a day must go by that like he doesn't like think about that think about selling those things. Not a day must go by. That's like, man, such a tough place to be.
The thing, it's not even a day doesn't go by that he doesn't feel it, but it's like we all know him like legacy wise as the guy who like screwed up by selling himself too early.
Man, that kind of shit you can't get back, man. You know, like,
if you have the mindset to be able to go through that, then whatever. But
yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're in his shoes, I mean, the only thing you can do is, put your head down and just keep doing what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to otherwise, you're going to end up like eating yourself up from the inside, and it's going to suck.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't get too affected when the views are down, or I don't get too affected when the views are up, whether it's up or down. It's both ways, because I've kind of already passed that phase a long time ago, long time ago. Like whether I got 100,000, 300,000, 1 million, 30 views, I'm good. I'm still trying as hard as possible.
That's the point, man. You got to be hungry, right? Still hungry.
Yeah.
Always hungry.
Yeah, because I mean, I see it too often. People getting just like depressed and stuff like that because all of the ego is wrapped around it, and it's like, oh, bro.
Yeah, because dude, like if you tell your friends you have TikTok, the first question they ask is how many followers do you have? When followers don't even mean you make viral videos, like don't even mean you're going to be successful. Second question they always ask is how much money do you make on TikTok? These two questions. If the answer to these two questions are low, they don't even take you seriously. They don't even care. They don't care.
Because the comment comes from a place of vanity. It comes from a place of potentially insecurity too. It's like the only thing that they see is the vanity metric.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the guy in front of them is like the next Bill Gates, they'll fucking laugh at the guy in 2 seconds. But like you can clearly see, if you have even a reasonable mind like on your head, that you can clearly see this guy is like, he's going super far. If you have too much arrogance and vanity and insecurity to be able to identify these people in front of you, oh man, your network's going to be very, very weak. It's going to be a network of people around you that are all vanity driven, and you lose. But yeah, I mean, I get the same thing as you. Like, how much money do you make? How do you make money on TikTok? My God, bro.
Figure it out, man. Yeah, just Google it. Let me ask you a question. Like, you're obviously very interested in business. You're interested in growth. How did this interest start with you? Like, when did you when did you get something for this?
My interest started from incredibly young age.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I have only one life on this earth, I better take it to the highest level, because I don't want to be at the mercy of, like not having enough or not tasting enough or regretting too much when I'm older. My motivation came from, I have a vision of where I want to be in the future, like position myself in the future. I know all the guys at the top are like, they're at a good place now. You know what I mean? Like they're tasting everything in life. I want to be at that place too. And not only that too, but it's pretty fun.
It's fun.
I like even, let's say like in the gym, I don't go to the gym particularly because, for example, TikTok, I don't do TikTok because I want to be rich particularly, which is a good byproduct. I don't go to the gym because because I want to have a six pack or I want to be like super shredded or everything. That's the byproduct. I go to the gym because I like the process of like every single day, just like grinding every day, trying a new thing. No, my buddies every single day, right? Mm-hmm. So it's more for the excitement. But that's like my vision. I don't want to be pinned down on a 9-to-5 thing. I don't want to be pinned down on working on somebody else's other projects. Just not interesting to me. I mean, I only have one life. Again, the last thing I want is just to throw it all away.
Would you say you're very competitive?
Competitive? I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not competitive. I mean, it depends how you define competitive. I'm not competitive like I'll try to kill everyone around me. No,
don't be like that. No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm competitive. I'm competitive to try to become like the best version of me. Mm-hmm. Try to get to the highest level as possible in performance. But yeah, that's the idea. That's
great, man. I mean, like these days, the people I've been talking to who are part of the younger generation than us, there are a lot fewer of them who think the way you think. Yeah, many of them, well, just because the way they're raised, the way they're shown different things in the world, it's not available to them as it was before. Nowadays, it's like, get a job, here's a phone, here's an iPad, everything is given to them, I feel, a lot more than it is before.
That's the thing. Actually, well, the thing is like, yeah, I mean, we could attribute an element of the conclusion to the parenting. Mm-hmm. And to the world in general. Like, even though everything seems apocalyptic and everything's going to shit and whatever, everybody's depressed. Oh my God, the world's ending. Climate change, coronavirus, whatever. Like in the grand scheme, historically, we've never been in a better position today ever.
I agree. I fully agree.
You could have been born in Mesopotamia. Good luck, bro.
Good luck.
I mean, anything before 1776, the life expectancy was 40 years old.
Jesus Christ.
So now we have since everything is good, our entitlement and our hunger for like getting other stuff is like much lower. The entitlement is much higher, the hunger is much lower. Yeah, exactly.
I actually made a video on TikTok the other day talking about the worst year in the history of humanity, which was apparently the year 536. And here's why it was so bad, because back then people lived in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Like North America wasn't really discovered yet. Africa wasn't really people weren't like really in Africa that much. So Asia, Middle East, and Europe. And in the year 536, a huge volcanic eruption in Iceland happened. Huge eruption. And what that did is it sent ash into the sky. And that ash covered all of Europe, all of the Middle East, and most of Asia. Now, because there was so much ash, sunlight couldn't pass through that and actually hit the crops. So food wasn't growing. People weren't getting sunlight. And because there was no sunlight, it's also really cold. And this lasted for 18 months. So if you're living there in that situation, compared to living in 2020 in quarantine. We you know, with Wi-Fi, you got a TV, you got a computer, you got a phone. What the fuck are you complaining about, man? What are you complaining about? Honestly, it is not that bad. It is not that bad. For everyone listening, if you're complaining, shut the fuck up. Seriously.
No, I mean our life expectancy is better than ever. We live to we live to the longest, the oldest age ever in history. The standard of living is higher than ever. Like this, it's not even contestable. It's literally unequivocal. And unequivocal. And the problem a lot with the people that are younger, I guess, is again just getting back to the whole, since everything is good, everybody gets soft. Everybody has nothing else to do than complain and like, you know, worry and whatever. So when you listen to guys like let's say like Jordan Peterson, anyone, okay, Jordan Peterson, Gary Vee, or whatever, they all talk about like the damage that, like, let's say parenting and like overprotectionism has done for the kids. That's why you don't get the same type of mindset, because everything's good. So I don't need to push as far as possible.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Like you can get access to high level dopamine in 2 seconds. Just play your video game in 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
It's that easy. It is that easy. It is that easy. All right, Mike. Listen, it's been 30 minutes here, man. We are coming up here on time. I appreciate you being here, man. Good to do this again. You're always a great guest on the podcast. You know, got a lot of interesting things to talk about. Yeah,
it was super fun. I think it's going to be interesting. Again, for us, I think it's going to be a good 3 months ahead of time. Ahead of us, a good 3 months. Sorry.
I really hope so, man. Yeah, just got to keep.
Pretty excited to see what happens. I don't know, 3 months from now.
Hopefully, everything will be good then.
Yep.
Hopefully, we'll be outside, but you know, we'll see what happens.
I like this podcast a lot too, because it talks a lot more about like the things that are happening outside the social media realm that really complement with like a social media journey. It's very important.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, glad you like it.
I appreciate it a lot for getting me on the podcast.
Glad you like it, man. Thank you for being here, man. All right, brother. We will talk soon. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.